to be lighted, it automatically gets alighted when the ego gets merged or burnt away completely. Then self-contentment is the significance of offering the food to the Lord. That means nothing is mine, O Lord, everything is yours. Whatever you give, that alone is enough. And then unbroken bliss is the betel nut. That's why in our pictures of Lord is always eating the betel nut, because it gives you, just like here people eat chewing gum and bubble gum. Lord always eats betel nut. It keeps the mouth always fresh. The offering of fruits is the complete absence of duality. Offering of fruit is what? That I am not looking forward to any particular result as a result of this puja that I am doing. Some people must have wondered when I did the puja the other day, when Nitin and others his wife were sitting. I did not do the sankalpa. I just went straight. Asanam, and according to this mantra. Asanam, Swagatam, Chargam. I did not do sankalpa. Why do we want anything? Sometimes it can be only for the sake of the Lord. Nobody asked. Maybe someday someone will ask me. Swamiji, you did not do any sankalpa. So, the offering of every action must give a result. Whatever, as insignificant action as it may be, isn't it? When the incense is burning, that is its action. Some result will be there. What is the result? Ash and fragrance. Then the lamp has lit. The lamp of self-knowledge. What is the result? Removal of darkness and presence of light. Isn't it? So whatever the fruit may be, let it be offered to the Lord. No, I created this. I am self-realized now. That thought should not come. The full absorption in the knowledge of the self is the dakshina. See? Full absorption in the knowledge of the self is the dakshina, or tribute which is offered. This forms the worship of the Lord by the process of seeing Him in everything. The worship by pradakshina or circumambulation clockwise around the deity indicates that for a seeker it will indicate I am offering my body, subtle body, gross body, subtle body, causal body. But for a wise man, he is seeing that everything in this creation is revolving around that one center, which is the center of all beings, and that center is the self. This is the highest expression of the Advaita Anubhav, the experience of the self alone is. And this is the way in which a man enjoys a state of everlasting conscious bliss, whether he is involved in doing the puja or he is not involved in doing the puja. We have in our system something called, one is the gross puja that we do when the pujas are done, but sometimes I do with the children. It is a manasik puja. Sometimes when our class goes over time because the story has not finished and no time to light the lamp, parents are waiting, there and then I make them sit down, they imagine the lamp and everyone is able to see the light in their forehead, and we put the palms together and we chant Om na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam, and they chant the Parthi. This whole puja of asan and everything, a seeker can do it at the mental level also. by actually imagining the Lord in his mind and then doing the asanam and archanam and all those various steps, 16 steps, he can do it in the mind. But the understanding of those 16 steps from the wise man's point of view is much different. Now the 10th and 11th practices described in Sadachar are silence and meditation. Maunam swadhyayanam dhyanam. Maunam swadhyayanam dhyanam. Dhyeyam brahmanuchintanam. Dhyeyam brahmanuchintanam. Jnane netitayo samyaka. Jnane netitayo samyaka. Nishedhanta pradarshanam. Nishedhanta pradarshanam. The study of scriptures is silence and contemplation on Brahman is meditation. As a result of this, the speech, the study of Vedas, and the mind, the contemplation, end in attaining the non-separate experience of the self. We'll take this topic next time. It is a huge topic, but just for ourselves, we'll just see this little bit, whatever we can. The study of scriptures is silence. What does it mean? What does study of scriptures is silence mean? What does it mean? Study of scriptures is silence.
Of other things. Silence. Because ekagra chitta hondune study karta.
Yes, you can at one level you can say when you are studying single-pointedly the scriptures, you are not thinking about what's going on in the world. Yes, so the world for you has become silent. Why? Because you are involved in study of the scriptures. Another meaning is study of scriptures must bring about silence in your mind. If they are creating more agitation, if they are creating more thoughts about the world, then, well, they will never. But the purpose of studying of scriptures is so that mind becomes silent. So, a tamasic mind, a lazy mind, or a rajasic mind, a dynamic mind, has to be converted into a sattvic mind. Only a sattvic mind can study scriptures. Correct? Only a sattvic, only a purified mind can study scriptures. What is a purified mind equal to? Purified mind is equal to? Single pointed mind is equal to? One more word is there. Must remember these things.
Contemplative.
Contemplation comes as a result of single pointedness. Purified mind is equal